Yeah, one of them. One name was Ronald.
Okay.
He said no, he's lazy. He ain't gonna lift no weight. I went to school as soon as I was 4 years of age.
Okay.
And then I had to work through the standards up to when I was 12. So I went to school for 8 years. The school is in Sidwell's Anglican School.
Okay.
That's in Lodge Village.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know the origin of your family? Like, where did y'all live when you was a child?
We were living in Hatfield Street Lodge.
Okay.
And then, because of what do you call it? A disruption with the father built a house on a piece of land that was leased. He didn't buy the land. He leased the land from a guy named Nankishar Prasad. A 10-year lease. So after 10 years, the guy said he wanted the land. He couldn't stay on the land. So he moved the house from Hatfield Street to Princess Street, Allen Lodge. At that time, there was no Norton Street. Norton Street went way down by Cemetery Road.
Wow.
It stopped at Cemetery Road, coming all the way from the High Street to Cemetery Road.
Wow.
Then eventually, the village council, Lodge Village Council, decide that this land is worthwhile washing through, because you're gonna addresses on this side and addresses on both sides of the street. And I don't know who gave them money or what, or if they had money in the council. They just bulldozed the land and moved the houses away from the line, the surveyor's line. Some move backwards, some move forwards. And they dig trench and now they build a road, I heard. They put blocks underneath the house and wind it with a screw and move the house, drop it down again, put more blocks, wind it down.
Okay.
It was a tedious process. And all the houses were moved. Well, they didn't move too far away, maybe 10 or 12 feet. And then they dug the drainage canal on both sides of the road, the street.
Okay. What?
Mother was a Hindu.
Okay.
She didn't believe in the Christian culture, but it was there. They always say, well, happy birthday, and that's it. No celebration, no candles,
No cake.
no cake or nothing. Just
Okay.
happy birthday. Happy birthday, we cook some Indian food, aloo curry and rice and dal.
Yeah.
And we sit and enjoy ourselves. We were 11 of us. I was number 8.
Okay.
I was number 8 because I got 2 sisters older than me. One of them still alive. She living in Florida.
Okay.
Yes.
And her name is
Mavis.
Mavis. Okay.
It's difficult.
Oh, why?
It's a memory loss.
Okay.
But we all get along together. We never used to fight or anything. Well, there's a disagreement as usual, like every family. You must have disagreement, but no actual fighting. You understand? No coughing, kicking, or scratching.
Alright, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but we came good. We came out, yeah, a loving family.
Okay.
All of us. Well, when I got married, yeah, I got 5 kids.
Okay.
I married my wife. I was married to. She was a Muslim,
Okay.
and my mother never did like the culture, the Muslim culture. She did not agree to the wedding.
Okay. She was just the Hindu culture.
She wanted to stick to the Hindu culture. And I don't know much about culture in those days. I went through and get married to my wife by Muslim culture and Christian. Christian is when you just go and sign your name in front of you get a marriage license and you sign your name and that's it. At the General Post Office building. That was in 1961, 1961. Oh, Sheila.
Sheila, how did you meet Sheila?
Well, I had a sister living in Agricola.
What was your sister's name? Which one?
Ivy.
Ivy, okay.
Yes. And by visiting my sister, I used to pass where my wife lives. And I had to glance in and shake with your hand and stuff like that, you know. Eventually, I get to know them a little better. I could go in the yard and talk to her or whatever. And that's how we became friends. Eventually, her father see me going in there too often. He decided to get serious. You gotta get married.
Okay.
And he wrote a letter and took the letter to my father. In those days, I was apprentice barber.
Okay.
He used to cut hair. And he took the letter to my father, saying that he would like your son to be married to my daughter. And the parents agree.
Okay.
Well, and I agreed to it because I've been talking to her, you know, over the years as she grew up. I was 22.
22, okay.
And she was 17. You know, there.
Was it?
Yes, they call it match weddings.
Okay.
Even before you get the old age group, after 14 you become like a grown person. Even before then, there's make a selection. This boy is going to marry to that girl, or your girl married to this boy. And you know, they don't sign no paper, just word them out. And that was good enough, or word them out. That was in those days, the culture. Oh, she was, what a gay. She was a loving person, very, very loving. And she used to agree, and everything that I do is not right. Most of the things I did was wrong because I used to consume alcohol and smoke cigarettes and stuff like that and hang out. She didn't agree, and I now realizing that she's dead and gone. She was right. All the time disagreeing with me what I'm doing, living a dangerous life. But she was loving. She was a loving wife and a mother. No, I had to make myself a better person.
Okay.
So eventually I did. And I'm trying to pass it along now to whoever is coming along. But I don't know if that's going to work. It probably will. No, she was right. She was right. All the time she was right.
Okay.
Because she came from a family of the same nature. Her grandfather used to do the same thing, and she didn't want it to grow up in it anymore. That's why she wasn't really mad at me, but she yelled at me sometimes, and we had our arguments, but nothing more serious than that. No, there was no family planning.
Okay.
None whatsoever. Whatever come, that's how we live on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
No, not me. I never discipline them.
Okay.
She does. She shout at them or give them a tap on the head or something. You know, nothing serious.
Okay.
But she want to let them know where you did something wrong.
Okay.
And you should be chastised with it, but nothing too serious. They grown now. And they themselves have the children and grandchildren. And well, I don't know what's going to happen. But time will tell.
Okay.
But they're okay, they're well trained. They're very, very well trained. No.
Okay.
He has a brother
Matthew.
named Matthew.
Okay, Matthew.
He's the oldest one.
Okay.
And I have a son named Tony. That's Randy's brother.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in Queens. He's got two sons, one daughter,
Okay.
and he's a grandfather also,
Wow.
grandfather of three.
So you're a great grandfather to
Yes.
three kids.
Mhm.
Three kids.
He's just a year old, I think, Randy.
1 year old.
Wow.
They're all 1 year apart. And four of them born in March 1, and one born in September. We weren't rich, we were poor.
Okay.
My father used to do be a barber, and he was a kind of a tailor,
Mm.
and that helped us take us through. And my mother used to sell a lot of stuff, vegetables and stuff, under the house, and that helped us through. Before we move and go to Princess Street, because we had to go to Princess Street first, and then fish. We collapsed the whole house from Hatfield Street and put it in Draycart and walk it around.
Mm.
Wall by wall, window, zinc sheet, everything.
Because after the 10-year lease was finished. when
After
they-
10 years finished.
Okay.
No, 6 weeks.
And how many people was involved in this process?
All of us, all 11.
Wow.
No, 10. The older sister, she was married by then she was married. And she lived in the Greater Law. Well, there's not much fun, but I used to occupy my time by going and exercise with the weights and try to get big muscles. I can't get big muscles because you're a small guy, you know,
Yeah.
your bone structure small. But that was my hobby, exercising with weights. Plus I was swimming. Little bit of water we could get. I swim down in Princess Street and Lamar Canal. And sometimes you go on the seawall and jump in the ocean and swim. I was a very good swimmer.
Who taught you how to swim?
Nobody, I taught myself.
Wow. Wow.
I see how they float and I float too. And then they start kicking up. I taught myself. My father taught me how to cut hair, and his father was a barber also. And his brother, which is my uncle, he also was a barber in the same barber shop on Public Road, Alwayston. It been there for years and years. Only recently they have sold and they put up different kinds of buildings and stuff. A little over 20 years.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, sure. I enjoy it. I had a lot of customers coming down to me. Where's Basil? Where's Basil? Everybody asked, where's Basil? Then I got disgusted with it. How they could ask where's Basil? And they were Ronald, my brother,
Uh-huh.
and my father name was Little Man. Nobody asking for them. They hardly asking for them. They asking for Basil. I said, this thing you look right. I better go and do something else. And gave them a chance to become somebody. He never walked out. He never turned out. Well, I got a job with with the government. They were trying to build a highway from Mackenzie
Mm.
to Isano to the Pan American Highway.
Mm.
But they started it, they went up halfway, and it didn't work. It was named UMRP, Upper Mazruni Road Project. I worked with them for almost 2 years because you get paid by the month. They give you an allowance of $240 every month just for being in the area where they want you to be, out of town. But then they had a contract for 2 years, and they didn't finish the UMRP project, and I had to stop working with them because they stopped. There's no money coming in. It's the American thing. No money coming from America. So they stopped it, and I decided I was living in Agricola, with our house we were renting.
Mm.
So my wife, she was trying to sell stuff, vegetables and stuff,
Mm.
at a market just outside of Agricola, in front of a rum shop.
Mm.
They got a whole place concrete, and you put up a little stall, and you display your Belangi and tomatoes. So that's what she was doing. And we got through, but nothing rich about it. Well, the whole neighborhood was poor,
The old neighbors were okay.
except for the landowners.
The landowners, okay. And they lived in another neighborhood, or they live in the same
No,
neighborhood?
they lived in the same neighborhood, same large village,
Mm-hmm.
but they owned land. And because they owned land, they became the village council. They used to pass the law that you can pay up your taxes and your rates and whatsoever, so they can maintain the roads with tar or whatsoever. They put white marl, then was cut off your foot. In those days, everybody had shoes. You got to walk barefoot. And the white marl is so sharp, it's cut your foot underneath.
Wow.
So you had to walk on the grass. Shoes,
When-
yeah, I was around 13 years of
When you
age.
stop walking barefoot, and you get shoes now. You were
Yes,
around 13?
around 13. When I left school,
Okay.
because I was brilliant in school.
Okay.
Every-
How are you doing, Randy? You good? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was brilliant in school. Every time they got the tests in July month, they give you a test, the whole class. I always come out top, number 1, A.
Wow.
It's
What-
only, I think 2 times I never came up first. That's
Wow.
it. In those days, you had to do standards. First standard, second standard, third standard, fourth standard, fifth standard, and sixth. You don't go further than 6. After 6, you gotta go to a high school.
Okay.
You gotta get a school leaving certificate so you can go to high school. I did get school leaving certificate with scholarship. That means I ain't had to pay nothing
Nice.
because I was really
Mhm.
yes. I never went to high school.
What was the reason for that?
I didn't. Oh well, the reason for that is my father wanted me to assist him
In the
in
barbershop?
the barber shop and the tailor shop. So I used to go down with him in a Whitestone. Every school day, in those days he had a bicycle. He put me in a bicycle and we ride and gone down there. And he was a good father. He was the best father, but he was very good.
Mm.
He used to, on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, he used to close up the barber shop at 3 o'clock. And we got to the cinema. In those days, they had cinema all around Georgetown. Empire Cinema, Metropole Cinema, Astor Cinema, Globe. Even up in Kitty, you had Rialto, which was touring, and Hollywood. We used to go as far as there every Wednesday because they printed in the papers was showing, you understand?
Yeah.
And they got billboards with houses and stuff. I used to enjoy that. Man. Ready to go and buy a bag of peanuts, put a seat out of it. And when the movie was over, he used to stop at every rum shop that he passed in before he go home and drink a shot.
One shot.
One shot. Boom. Let's go. Next rum shop, one more shot. By the time we meet home, where we live, it's almost high.
So y'all would be walking from the
You ride in,
right in, okay.
hey, ride in bicycle. I sit down in front on the bicycle handlebar,
Uh-huh.
just like how your grandfather used to bring your father.
Yeah,
He used to tie a pillow on that time with your father.
yeah.
Tie a pillow around the bicycle
Mm-hmm.
and put rye on top for sit down.
On the bar
Something.
or?
No, on the pillow.
Okay, well, but the pillow will be on top of the bar, the bicycle.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
He tie it up with a string.
Oh, okay. Nice. You sound very comfortable.
So even if he fall in a hole, boom, he won't feel the shock. The shock gone through to the pillow. Yes. The diet is very important now that I know it. But in those days, you gotta eat what you gotta afford.
Okay.
And we used to eat dal and rice almost every day with bhaji. Well, bhaji is what you call it, spinach now, whatever. But we got through. But was no starvation. Yeah, they should exercise.
Why?
Not actually lifting weights, exercise.
Exercise, okay.
You know, do something flexible. So your muscles can loosen up and your bones, and you get circulation going through your body. The movement is important. It does a lot, plenty. Yes, you're close. We used to go and drink our alcohol together.
Okay.
After work, we buy a little bottle and sit in the rum shop and drink it, then go home.
Okay. Okay.
Well, the word happy has different variations. There aren't very much happy people in this world. Not very much. The majority is people who are unhappy or discontented or something like that. You know, because things didn't go right their way. They get mad at themselves or they get mad at other people, and you know, things don't go right. But in order to be happy, as you call it, happy, I don't think the word ever exists, is to be contented. As long as you're contented with whatever you got or whatever you're getting, that's what I call happiness.
Okay. Alright, and my last question. Did you have any favorite with your 5 kids? I'm just joking. Any favorite child of the 5 kids? I'm just joking though.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got a favorite.
Favorite daughter, child.
Yeah, her right there. Sharon.
What was she like what was she
Everybody
like as
has
a child? Sharon.
Oh, she was stubborn.
Stubborn.
Is she your
Yeah,
she's
she
the
was
youngest or the
stubborn.
oldest child?
She's the oldest
She's the oldest.
daughter,
Okay. The oldest daughter.
not the
Okay.
child. She's after Randy.
Third, she's the middle child.
They
Okay.
all are 1 year apart.
Okay.
She's the middle.
All 5 are 1 year apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was there anything, you're 85 now, is there anything, if you can go back, that you would do different? Reflecting now,
yes.
what would that be? For the benefit, of the young. Go ahead.
Do not consume alcohol.
Okay.
Do not smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And try to do the right things and answer them properly. When somebody asks you a question, you can say you got to count up to 10. You don't need 10. Your intelligence and your brain will tell you, well, you're answering right or you're answering wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Try to do the right things, and you will achieve happiness through that. Now, happiness, like I told you before, is
Contentment.
content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they should moderate what they're doing.
Okay.
You don't drink every day, drink once a week, or drink a shot a day and wait for the next day. Don't try to get alcoholic drunk or cigarette drunk, you understand?
Okay.
The thing is, you have to try and respect each other. Respect has a great lot to do with it. And don't tell me what to do and what not to do. Just respect me, and if you think that I'm going wrong, let me know. You know? So, yeah.
Yeah. One more thing, Randy, before. I've seen in our culture, right? Sometimes, sometimes people would give advice, right? And they would tell you the advice on something. But then if you don't do what they're advising, it would be a problem. In terms of like conflict resolution, that's where I'm getting at. How has that been something key to you in terms of resolving conflicts? Like if with your siblings or with your children, in terms of let's say there's a problem, because what's happening now, Uncle Basil, to be quite honest, right? Our culture now, if there's a like for example, my older brother Scene, right? My older brother on Christmas Eve, he asked me for a favor. I was going to go sleep. And so I was going to go do the favor, but then I couldn't do it because it was taking too long. I needed to go to sleep to go to work. And I told him I can't do the favor. And so he told me, he said, Ryan, I thought you were good for something, but you're not good for nothing. And he said, Ryan, I'm never going to talk to you again. And he said, Ryan, don't reach out to me.
Oh,
So I'm just saying, this is an example of
Yeah.
lack of conflict resolution, right? But how did y'all resolve conflict? Is that something that was key? Because you mentioned respect in other people. In terms of maintaining connections, like with your siblings or with Randy and with your kids. Conflict
and
resolution, is that a thing?
That takes time and a lot of thinking. You gotta think and analyze, is this right or is this wrong? And you gotta know what to say, which is very, very difficult. Some people just go up, blow up the top and say anything that comes to the mind,
Yeah,
which is not right.
yeah.
So the counting from 1 to 10 after a question is very important.
Hmm. Okay, on that note, we're gonna end it on that. Y'all heard it, yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Uncle Basil.
Very good.
Yeah,
Yeah, very good.
Nice talking to you, Ryan.
Nice. Yeah, very nice.